Major news at this hour. There is a mass revolt within the FBI over the direction of the agency's future under FBI Director Kash Patel after we learned this morning that Kash Patel reassigned and ordered senior FBI agents part of a SWAT division in Nashville, Tennessee, to essentially be the personal Lyft and Uber drivers of Kash Patel's girlfriend's friends. Yes, that is latest reporting from MS Now suggests that Kash Patel ordered senior FBI agents to drive his girlfriend's friends home when they were allegedly inebriated after a night out in Nashville. And a lot of folks are furious over why would an FBI director take resources away from SWAT to do this for his personal girlfriend and his first personal escapades. It's not the first time, it won't be the last time, but it also comes as we have bombshell new information about the FBI's arrest into Brian Cole, the suspect in the DC pipe bomb placements on January 6, 2021. Newsflash, he was a Trump supporter, and yet Kash Patel is under fire for not saying that during the press conference. We're going to get into it, so make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my work. Consider subscribing to my Substack by clicking the link below. First up, we have this FBI director now has, on more than one occasion, ordered that the security detail protecting his girlfriend escort one of her allegedly inebriated friends home after a night of partying in Nashville. Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, asked FBI agents on her security team at least 2 times, including once this spring, to drive her friend home, and agents objected to diverting from their assignment. But Patel insisted they do so as Wilkins requested, and in one case called the leader of Wilkins' security detail and yelled at him to do so. News of the effort to deploy agents to provide security for a private citizen has spread through the Bureau and beyond, as agents have grown increasingly concerned by Patel's use of the Bureau's strapped resources. In addition, at Patel's direction, the FBI currently provides security detail for Wilkins, a country music performer who lives part-time in Nashville for her work. The FBI security detail, which was first reported by MS Now, is made up of members of an elite SWAT team based in the area. It has spurred major concerns about Patel abusing FBI resources to drive his girlfriend around for various events and appointments. The FBI has never before provided a separate security detail for a director's girlfriend. Spouses of past directors typically received episodic security protection, but only when they were traveling with their spouse and at the director's detail. Former FBI agents and senior law enforcement officials said it was already disturbing that Patel had pulled elite tactical agents away from their SWAT mission to drive his girlfriend around town, but they told MS Now they were shocked that the FBI director instructed tactical agents to use their time on yet another person the FBI had no reasonable duty to protect. This is literally the FBI has turned into a personal Lyft service for Patel, his girlfriend, and their friends. I personally would love a personal Lyft service from SWAT agents, but alas, that is my taxpayer dollars being used to pay to curry around allegedly inebriated friends of Patel's girlfriend's home after a night out in Nashville. I don't think that's what the FBI should be using its resources on, and honestly, neither should you. But that's not the only problem for Director Patel, because this morning we learned, according to NBC News, that the man charged with planting 2 pipe bombs near the Democratic and Republican Party headquarters on the eve of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol told the FBI he believed conspiracy theories about the 2020 election. Brian Cole Jr. is cooperating with the FBI and is scheduled to make his first court appearance today. He was charged yesterday with leaving pipe bombs outside of the RNC and DNC just hours before Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. Trump received about 74 million votes nationally in 2020, while Joe Biden received 7 million more, roughly 81 million. Trump's claims about the 2020 election were part of former special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into his efforts to overturn the results. In his final report on the investigation, Smith said that Trump inspired supporters to commit acts of physical violence. And well, now this man, Brian Cole Jr., believed Trump's conspiracy, was a Trump supporter. Let's hear from FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino about this investigation.
Right after this happened, and you said there's a massive cover-up because the person that planted those pipe bombs, they don't want you to know who it is because it's either a connected anti-Trump insider or an inside job. You said that, you know, long before you even thought of as deputy FBI director.
Yeah, that's why I said to you, this investigation's just begun. We are pretty comfortable. We have our guy. I think as again, legal process starts to surface and information, facts start to come out, the public's going to be very comfortable with the investigation that was conducted under Director Patel and his leadership. He's been great on this. But I don't want to, you know, listen, I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinions. That's clear. And one day I'll be back in that space. But that's not what I'm paid for now. I'm paid to be your deputy director. And we base investigations on facts. And, you know, it was interesting. I was looking out in the crowd today at the presser, and I saw a couple of media figures who you and I both know who promoted the other scandal, the collusion hoax. And I thought to myself, you know, the difference between us and them is, you know, we evolve. As information and new inputs come out, we can produce different outputs because that's what we believe in. We believe in facts and investigations guided by facts. There were people out there in that crowd, I'm sure still believe in this collusion fairy tale hoax. So we'll see. We're going to be guided by the facts as this thing goes forward. And I also, I can't stop the, you know, leave the truck here without thanking the president. The president.
Well, that's very interesting because let's look at what Kash Patel said during the press conference yesterday when announcing the arrest of the suspect.
Thank you, General. When you attack American citizens, when you attack our institutions of legislation, when you attack our nation's capital, you attack the very being of our way of life. And this FBI and this Department of Justice stand here to tell you that we will always refute it and combat it. We will provide the safest country the nation has ever seen under President Trump's leadership here. And that's what we did here today with great resolve.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting because he didn't say the same thing about the 1,500 or so people that were pardoned by the President of the United States for trying to storm the United States Capitol, trying to overthrow the United States Capitol and end a democratic process to count the electoral votes on January 6, 2021. And so the FBI right now, well, in chaos. Agents are revolting. People are concerned. Leadership doesn't really know what it's doing. Let's see what happens next. Will Kash Patel be the first cabinet member of Donald Trump's potentially removed? I think so. Do you? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support my work, consider subscribing to my Substack by clicking the link below. And I will see you this evening for another update. So stay tuned for more.